It's a lovely sunny morning here at Bealtaine Cottage, and it's just a couple of days away from the festival of Bealtaine. When I first saw this cottage, it was around the beginning of May, and all the trees, all the blackthorn trees, were covered with white blossom. It was just magical. Now that doesn't always happen exactly at the same time each year. It very much depends on how the seasons progress. I mean, this season has been very early. This is one of the pear trees in the garden. We have the blossom on it. And if you look closely, quite a bit of that blossom has been pollinated. So we have some miniature pears there. If I pull back, you can see just how much fruit. No, I'll come a wee bit further in actually, because there we go. We've got clumps of fruit forming all over the tree. Now hopefully at some point there'll be a strong wind and quite a lot of that will blow off, because otherwise the tree just wouldn't be able to cope with that larger family. She would do what all females do. She'd buckle under the pressure of having, oh God knows how many pears is going to be up there. Probably about 300 if the wind didn't come and take half of them away. It's fairly early on Saturday morning. Nice and peaceful here. Birds are singing loudly. One of the aspects of Bealtaine is the celebration with fire. Now, there are lots of sort of deeply wise and spiritual reasons why this happened, but I've often thought about Bealtaine and what the ancient people celebrated. Now, they celebrated the return of the sun, the beginning of summer. So the 1st of May marks the beginning of summer. But they also had this very practical, very pragmatic approach to the whole idea of celebration. There was a reason for it as well, because after their great celebrations and bonfires and everything died down and you were left with the cooling ashes of the bonfire, the cattle would be driven through the warm embers. And the ancient people knew that this actually aided the health of the cattle. And when you think of it, actually what it does, when you drive cattle through something as cleansing as warm embers of, say, a great wood ash bonfire, a lot of the potential disease and health hazards which would have been on their hooves would have been cleansed away. So it wasn't just about recognition of whatever deities they had within the natural landscape. It was about good, strong, practical, sound reasons for doing what they did. This is the vegetable garden this morning. Now, you don't have to look too closely to see a huge amount of weeds. But look, these are just part of nature's cover. Nature's mantle, if you like. I have no problem with them. They don't really affect the plants that grow. This little bush here is a blueberry bush. And you can see there's lots of blueberries to come on that. And also lots of new growth. What I try to do to ameliorate some some of the more harmful effects of weeds that have been allowed to go rampant, I put flowers and herbs in. Now if you look at this one, look, this is a beautiful example. This is columbine or acrolegia, and look how it just covers a whole expanse of the ground, pushing out any weed that tries to get in there.